Hey, what's up, everybody? What's going on? Tito here, and today's topic is a little crazy to kind of think about. I'm still baffled, even though I did read different articles in the past concerning this issue. It now just kind of seems weird. So, as you guys know, or if you guys don't know, I grew up in the 80s and 90s. So, I was born in 82, 35 years old, and you tend to see things, ideas that were envisioned in movies in the past become fruitful nowadays. Touchscreen, we used to see movies where, like high technology of touchscreen was involved. That's now present. Holographic images and holographic, basically phone conversations, those are now fruitful in a way. And one of the biggest ones that I was a major fan of was Terminator. Now, I'm not saying that Terminators are real, but the idea behind it, which was the whole thing that started the war between humans and machines, was obviously the military developed a system that was based off of AI known as Skynet, and Skynet deemed humans as a threat and launched a full-out assault on humans, which led up to the movie Terminator 2, where they were still designing Skynet, and Terminator 3, where they actually launched Skynet, and Skynet launched nuclear missiles all over the world, trying to annihilate humans, thus started the war. Now, like I said, they have not built a Terminator. All right, so for those people out there that are like, they're really into these types of things and they think there's some sort of espionage type conspiracy theories, there is no walking machine skeletons looking for humans and hunting them down. However, there is Project Maven. And if you don't know what Project Maven is, it is a artificial intelligence system that Google is currently working on with the Department of Defense. And yes, it is geared towards the U.S. military. Now, I believe it's 3,100 Google employees have signed and written a letter to Google, to their superiors, asking them to cancel their works on Project Maven. And the idea of it is because they feel like if Google continues to do this, it will lose the trust of people. I'm thinking, besides the fact of losing the trust of people, the theory that happened in the Terminator movies, right? Because you're going to build an artificial intelligence system that is going to aid the Department of Defense, aid our U.S. armed forces. But again, it's artificial intelligence, and one thing that has been proven with AI is that while AI can think somewhat like a human, it doesn't register emotions. It cannot have empathy. It cannot have sympathy, because those are human emotions. It does not know what love is. Love is, a chemical created in the brain based off a word that we identify to a feeling. That's something that artificial intelligence can never identify with. And that is one of the quintessential things that makes us human, is emotions. We can have all the knowledge, all the thought process. We can learn everything under the sun from text, from books, and from life experience. But the one thing that is technically a given is feelings and emotions, something that cannot be gained from reading a book or simply reading a form of text, or the hieroglyphics on a pyramid. It cannot be achieved that way. And that is the fear, is that if we entrust an artificial intelligence to aid in our Department of Defense, basically what would it do? Because it's certainly not going to sit there and be a yes man and pull on the coats of the Secretary of Defense, or admirals in the U.S. military. It's not going to pull on their coats, right? It's not going to agree with every strategic idea that they want to do. Apparently, from what we know, is that they've been using artificial intelligence to basically man our drones and visually be able to pick through drone footage and determine, if there's enemies in vehicles, enemies in certain places, And that's just step one. So teaching it to identify enemies, more of a greater risk than it is of a benefit. I know that the military's goal is to use less manpower, and the reason for that is because they're trying to find ways to, be able to combat in war and not have so many casualties. But then again, the way that I see it, our wars have been won by men and women who have honor and bravery that will go into battle to fight for, their country, to fight for their people. And that wins wars. So while it is, an idea to alleviate, casualties, at the same time too, what are we going to sacrifice to gain that? Will we sacrifice more of our freedoms? Will we have to actually start thinking that there may be a possible point where this artificial intelligent system could override and take over all of electronics across the country and even across the world, infect the world like a virus, and take over technology and put us back in the dark ages to get rid of us? Maybe it'll see us for what we are, because technically we are parasitic to this planet. I know we're classified as mammals, but mammals usually stay within their habitat and adapt, and we don't. We move and we find resources and we consume those resources until they are gone, and then we move on. And the only other organism on the planet that does that, is basically like a virus. Not so much of a virus, but like cancer, things like that. I don't know. It's just crazy of all the things that could be involved in this one topic. But anyways, guys, that's what Project Maven is artificial intelligence geared up for our drones. But obviously we'll be given a lot more permissions granted, I guess you can say. And we really have to start worrying about that. Do we really have to worry? And think about it like this. This is kind of hypothetically speaking, okay? So don't take this into context. But if Project Maven turned out to be Skynet and eventually built Terminators and built the T-101, do you think that the AI system would have enough humor in it to build a T-Model 101 and make it look like Arnold Schwarzenegger? That would be funny if it did. Realistically, people wouldn't run from it because they would be like, oh, cool, it's the Terminator, but at the same time, it's a machine built to annihilate humans. But anyways, guys, that's pretty much it for now. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are in the comment section of this video. And if you guys enjoyed today's topic, drop me a like to let me know. If you just subscribed, thank you so much for doing so. But you can also hit that bell option to be notified when I upload a video. Again, my name is Tito. Thanks for checking this out. I'll talk to y'all in the next one. Aloha.